When Sam Heughan said no, Hollywood held its breath. It began like any other high-stakes studio play, a blockbuster script, a powerhouse production team, and a contract worth millions waiting for his signature. The kind of offer that dominates headlines before the ink even dries. And at the center of it all was Sam Heughan. Fresh off another successful season of Outlander, adored across continents, both bankable and beloved, he was at the height of his career. Which is why, when the deal appeared on his desk, few doubted what his answer would be. The project had all the right ingredients: an action-heavy lead role, a celebrated director, and a paycheck that rivaled the industry's elite. It looked like a surefire global hit. But what came next wasn't a press tour or a triumphant announcement. It was silence. Sam Heughan, polished, ambitious, and always professional, didn't sign. He didn't tease fans. He didn't drop cryptic hints online. He simply didn't say yes. Behind closed doors, studio heads scrambled. Emails went unanswered, calls went to voicemail. Managers and agents picked up on the shift. The actor, once known for joking about being a yes man, was suddenly stalling. And then, with quiet finality, he declined. No fanfare, no lengthy explanation, just a polite but firm, no thank you. The reaction inside Hollywood was electric. Some whispered he'd just sabotaged his career. Others speculated he was angling for a bigger payday. Gossip sites and fan forums buzzed. Why would one of the industry's most respected stars walk away from a career-defining role? Yet the true surprise wasn't that Sam said no, it was how he said it. Calm, steady, without drama. In a town where saying yes is survival, his refusal landed like a thunderclap. Declining an offer this massive, without spin or scandal, was nearly unheard of. Rumors swirled. The film was said to be a tense psychological thriller with a morally twisted lead. Some claimed the studio needed Heughan's clean-cut image to soften a disturbing storyline that tested the limits of loyalty, ethics, and violence. Perhaps that was exactly why he turned it down. By now, speculation had turned to frenzy. Rival agents called it a turning point. Veteran producers called it a disruption. But fans were left in the dark. No Instagram posts, no interviews, no leaks. Only admiration grew. Whatever his reason, one casting director said, it clearly mattered more than any paycheck. And suddenly, the story shifted. The question wasn't what Sam rejected, but what he was protecting. His values, his integrity, perhaps something even more personal. Because with that one decision, Sam sent a message, not in words, but in action. He was no longer just another actor at the mercy of Hollywood's machine. He was choosing, exercising true agency, the rarest currency in the industry. And Hollywood listened. In a city where silence usually screams scandal, Sam's silence meant something else entirely. It meant conviction, control, and maybe something deeper the world wasn't ready to understand, at least not yet. Weeks passed before the silence broke. Not with a press release or a studio leak, but in a small, unplanned moment. During an unrelated interview, the subject was gently raised. There are rumors you turned down a major film. Care to comment? Sam paused, gave his trademark half-smile, and replied with just one line, sometimes the cost is too high, even if the number isn't. That single sentence cracked the mystery open. Off the record, friends began to reveal the truth. The project, while ambitious and award-worthy, demanded Sam play a character drenched in cruelty, a violent, manipulative anti-hero. The arc included abuse, exploitation, and morally grey redemption. To some, it was a bold challenge. To Sam, it was a betrayal of everything he stood for. He didn't want to romanticize cruelty, a close friend explained. Not even in fiction. But there was more. For years, Sam had quietly supported organizations devoted to mental health, trauma recovery, and survivors of violence. His involvement wasn't performative, it was deeply personal. He had listened to stories, shared tears, and stood with survivors. Reading the script, he saw their experiences twisted into entertainment. That was his red line. It wasn't about being a hero, said one confidant. It was about not being a hypocrite. So he didn't bargain, he didn't rewrite. He simply walked away. What followed shocked Hollywood again. Respect. Colleagues and strangers alike applauded his stand. Directors praised his integrity. Fellow actors reached out in admiration. Even the studio, after initial frustration, admitted his right to choose. Fans flooded social media with support, resurfacing old clips of Sam speaking about kindness and purpose. One line he once shared at a convention suddenly carried new weight: "I'd rather make something I believe in than be paid for something I don't recognize myself in." In the end, Sam's star didn't fade, it burned brighter. Not because of the roles he took, but because of the one he refused. He returned to his work, his causes, his passions, without explanation. He didn't need one. His decision had already spoken louder than any headline. Sam Heughan's quiet refusal became a small revolution, a reminder in an industry obsessed with numbers that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is stay true to yourself. By turning down millions, he proved that not all performances happen on screen. Some happen in the choices we make. And yet, even after the dust settled, one question lingered in the air: what comes next? For every insider who applauded his choice, there were just as many wondering what role Sam Heughan was waiting for, or if he was waiting for anything at all. Would he surprise the world with a passion project no one saw coming? Would he step behind the camera, shaping stories instead of starring in them? Or had he simply chosen to walk a different path, one that Hollywood wasn't prepared to predict? No one knew for certain, and Sam wasn't offering answers. He kept smiling, kept working, kept living on his own terms. But the silence, once a source of speculation, now felt like a promise of something bigger, something yet to be revealed. Whatever it was, fans, critics, and rivals alike agreed on one thing: when Sam Heughan finally says yes again, the world will be watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Your support is my biggest motivation to keep creating even more exciting and engaging videos for you. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. There's always something new and thrilling on the way.